I've got my mind stayed on Jesus. I said I was going to keep Nate Bean and Forgiven going for a while because that's one of our own natives here in Nashville, Tennessee, Nate Bean and Forgiven. We're so excited to play their music on our show starting out. Monica, how are you doing today?
I'm good, Theodore. How about yourself?
I am doing well, you all. Today has been a day for me. I don't know about you, baby, but we had, about our exciting hair show. We had a hair show today, you all. But first of all, let me welcome you all in. First of all, y'all, this is Tab Nashville Gospel Radio, WFTB 104.1 FM. And we're excited also to say Sacrificial Conversations is being recorded live as well. Like I say, y'all, God has been doing some amazing things for this platform and for what we got going on. Today, it's going to be me and the missus by ourselves. We will have another guest next week, but today we're bringing some juicy subject on today. We didn't have a guest, like I said, y'all, because we had a hair show today. Me and my engineer went and we had a live hair show. We had about 40 to 50 stylists to show up, y'all, and it was just an amazing day. Great education on Amore Colore color today, and it was just an amazing time. And it's going to tie into what we have to talk about today. Monica, you want to say something to the good people on today?
Just want to say welcome. Hope you all had a fabulous Monday, an awesome weekend. Shout out to Theodore and DeMarco and all the wonderful ladies that were in the hair show. I got to experience them on yesterday as they were doing their prepping. So we had some amazing women, powerful women that can do some hair. So I hope you all didn't miss it. If you miss the hair show on today, I'm quite sure we're going to have it on the Sacrificial Conversations YouTube page. So make sure you go out there and look. And we have all their information. So if you see something you like, especially these different colors, I got to see some of the colors on yesterday.
Yeah.
And this new color line, guys, can whatever color you think you can come up with, they can do that color. That's how confident we are in this color line.
Absolutely.
Ain't that right there, though?
Absolutely, Monica. And to hear, like I say, y'all, this young lady has been taking ownership of so many things. And I'm, like I keep on telling you, I'm excited to see how you're taking ownership. But what we're talking about tonight, it's going to tie into a lot of what we want to get out to the people about our topic on tonight and what you just said. So I'm going to dive in real quick and just jump in. Or do you want to jump in tonight, Miss Monica? What you think?
I can jump in, and if you want to elaborate, that'll be great.
Okay, come on.
So tonight, everyone, the title, we can't take credit for this title. We got to give this to Fred and Isaiah.
Mm-hmm.
They are our young, what do we want to call them? Our young peoples that are helping us with this show, along with DeMarco. And so they wanted to give us something that's a little trendy. And so the title that they came up with, Lies Society Tell You About Quitting. And the word lie, L-I-E, we know what that is. Lies Society Tell You About Quitting. So I want to start with hard work doesn't mean it's not meant to be, or it's a stumbling block.
Okay, I love that, baby. I love that. Let me give you an introduction real quick, okay? Everybody gets excited about starting something. Mm-hmm. A business, a relationship, a goal, fitness journeys. You know that very well. But very few people talk about finishing. So tonight, I want you to come on and let's talk about finishes, because we finished some things. We've done a couple of things that we finished that we're going to dive off into tonight, and it's going to bless you. So that is the topic. Is it better to start and not complete or finish, or is it better to start something and then complete and finish it? So come on, jump on in, baby.
Okay, so you lost me on that.
I want you to go where you started. Come on.
Okay. Once again, hard work doesn't mean it's not meant to be, or it's a stumbling block. It means growth is happening. You are being pushed a little harder. Hard work says, I can do it, and nothing is going to stop me. With God directing our paths, all things are possible. If we get scared, all we have to do is pray, have faith, and watch God provide. There's a wonderful feeling of accomplishment when we accomplish a hard task. No shortcuts, just grinding to get the job done. So, what an honor to add this type of confidence to your character. Job well done, good and faithful servant. That's what I'm striving for. Job well done, good and faithful servant. Now you have accomplished this difficult task and can help somebody else. So that's what, to me, when I go through something very hard, something very difficult, it's for a reason. It has a purpose. And so with that, it's to help someone else. And I mean, that's what we're here for, to me, in this world, is to go through things. And when we do, we can take what we went through and give them our testimony, and maybe it can help them.
Well, you said it's going to help them not quit what they're doing?
Right.
That's what we're talking about,
that's
not
what we're
quitting,
trying to do.
correct?
I'm not going to say, I'm going to give them my testimony, but they got to make up in their mind if they're going to take what I gave them. Do you understand? Because if they're thinking about quitting, I can say, well, hey, I've been there, done that. I'm going to give you an example. When I lost my job, I was devastated. Like I told you, I thought she was calling me in there to do an assignment. She was calling me in there to say, your job has been eliminated. And so now I've had several people that have lost their jobs. And so now I can encourage them to say, hey, it's rough in the beginning because you don't know what's the next step. Because my thought was, I have kids, I have a husband that has diabetes, I have bills to pay. But within less than 30 days, God had provided me with a job.
So what were you quitting? Were you quitting something, or was you? No,
because I was giving up, because when I lost that job, I was like, what am I going to do? I'm not going to do anything. I was quitting on myself, my thoughts.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
My mental. I was giving up, is what I'm saying. Gotcha. I was like, this is the end, because that's something that I had been doing for years. So that means I got to try to pick up something new. You understand? I was going to have to pick up something new. So I'm saying, encouraging people when they just want to just quit and stop doing anything.
So I took a different spin, because we talking about quitting. So my thing is, when you're starting something exciting, new beginnings give hope. Okay, when you're starting something different, you look at it, you take it, and you start to try to make it what you're gonna make it. I mean, you start to put it on social media. You start a business, for instance. Mm-hmm. You start to push it out there. You start to market it the way you want to market it. You start to give it everything that it needs. In the midst of giving it everything it needs, the excitement will die. And sometimes you will start feeling like, okay, am I going to be able to complete this test? Okay, so my thing is, what's something, I get super excited when I do start things. Do you get super excited when you start stuff?
Of course.
So what's something that you started and you got super excited about and then thought about quitting and didn't quit? Bam.
Oh, I can help you out, because you always say I'm that person that likes to start stuff and does not finish. So we're gonna dive into my favorite thing, my closet. So I have we done a little thing of switching closets. So I decided to move my closet upstairs, and so with that being said, I started a great. Well, I ain't gonna say I started. Yeah, I did start, but then I quit. And so the clothes got moved upstairs, but they did not get organized. They were just thrown. So I quit. So Theodore picked it upon himself, and he organized everything. And he made it where the pressure's off me. I can just go and pick out what I want. But it was just a big task for me. It was, it was like an elephant. And so I was like, okay, I'm just going to put these clothes in here and do what I was doing downstairs, upstairs. So I gave up on that journey, but it took you to come in, step in to make it do what it do.
Now, I'm not going to talk about you real quick right here, but I'm going to throw out a couple of points that they say why people don't finish things and they don't complete them.
Okay.
One is lack of discipline. So do you think that lack of discipline could have caused you not to keep that closet the way it should have been? You think it was a lack of discipline?
I'm gonna go out there and say yes, most definitely, because like I said, it seemed like it was overwhelming, and I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna do this.
We're gonna take something that simple, and we're gonna ask this question: Would you fear of failure or even success in your closet? Well, I mean, did you think to you? Because I mean, that's something that I feel like when you get those things in order, and you don't quit on organization in your closet, in your drawers, and everything in your life, that brings upon a position or a place that puts you in a position to where you can think better. Everything is so much clearer, and it brings on a certain type of discipline. So, in your closet, did you have fear of failure?
I'm gonna be very honest, yes, because it was a tremendous task. Can you imagine moving all those shoes, all those purses, all those coats, all those dresses, all those shirts, all those pants, jeans, joggers? Yeah, it was big.
Okay, so it was big to you.
Oh yeah, it was big to me.
To me, y'all, I was like, okay, first of all, we got to have a clear plan. So many people start stuff, you all, and they don't have a clear plan on what to do. One thing that I told y'all maybe 4 weeks ago, that me and Monica jumped in together, you all, and we started to write the vision down. Okay, we talked about this. And when you don't have a clear plan on any situation, anything, and don't have a clear plan starting something, it could cause later on failure to come into your plan or into whatever you're doing. I learned that in a lot of different situations, and everything that I didn't have a clear plan on, you all, it failed most of the time. So planning is also definitely going to help you be successful in not quitting. You look like you got something you want to say.
I didn't plan this closet. I knew I wanted to just move my clothes upstairs, and that was it. I didn't plan actually how I was going to do it, how I was going to make it look, where was I going to fit all this stuff, because it's a smaller closet. So no, I didn't. I just know it was something that I wanted to do. And like you said, I didn't write a vision. I didn't plan. I just started moving clothes. And so when I moved all that stuff, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is a hot mess. And I just, I left it. I'm just going to be honest.
Because you didn't have a clear plan.
Correct.
When I walked in that closet, I knew what my plan was, and I got it done. And how long did it take me? And it took you
like a day.
It took me a day, but how long did it take you just to get the clothes out of the closet?
We're not going to go there.
We're not going to go there. But this is a key point, y'all, that people throw out. Most people don't fail because they can't complete the situation. A lot of people fail because they stop doing what they need to be doing. That was another key point that really, really stood out to me. A lot of people don't finish what they're doing, and they just stop completely what they're doing. So before we get off into some deep things about quitting and success, you got anything you want to throw in there real quick?
I want to throw, since you want to piggyback and go this part, I'm going to tell people, don't quit on your marriage.
I was gonna go there. I want to hold that one. I want to hold that one. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go to your next thing. I got something to give you. I got some benefits of finishing and not quitting. You want to go there? You got something you want to go to real quick?
No, you can go ahead.
All right. So a couple of benefits you all are finishing. Okay. When you finish something, y'all, it builds a mindset that says to you, "I have confidence now." Now, we're gonna use your closet before we go to some of these deeper topics. After we got your closet under control and we got everything situated the way it's supposed to look, we had the plan, we executed it. Did it build confidence in you going to your closet, being able to, how's your regimen now after you finished that?
After you finished it, what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, I got to give you accolades. It's wonderful, because to be able to walk in and just see everything and not have to dig through, it's amazing. So yeah, you did a great job. And so it's like you say, it gives me a whole memento. I don't have to stress mentally. It stays cleaner, because when you don't have it organized, you're steady just throwing stuff everywhere, and then half putting it back. But the way you have it broken down and organized for me, I can just, go in, see, do, put back very easily.
Another benefit creates credibility. People trust finishers. I want y'all to hear this. People trust people that finish tests. So you trust me a little bit more? No, I'm messing with you. I'm throwing it out there. But another thing, it opens doors, y'all. When you complete works, it opens up opportunities. When you complete things, it opens up so many opportunities. Another one, strengthens discipline and releases real results. Your money, your growth, your impact. So now I want to jump into what Monica just said about quitting your marriage.
Or relationship.
Yes, ma'am. Because we know we definitely have people that's in relationship that's not married. Okay. I'm going to let you go because I get sensitive about this topic right here about not quitting your marriage. So, Monica, what you got?
I'm going to say, first of all, you have to, make up your mind, renew your mind, ask God to help you not to quit. And so where I'm going with renewing your mind is because once you quit, that thing could be actually gone. And so I need for you to really make sure that this is something you want to do. Let you know, marriage is I know I have a pastor that said, oh, marriage is not hard. Some days are harder than others. I want to put that out there. It requires a lot of, my favorite saying, a lot of give and take. It's not all about you. Sometimes you got to put what you want and desire on the back burner for the other person. You have to go hard for your mate. Example, yesterday, we went to church. We had a guest that we were entertaining. And so yesterday was a long ordeal, and it had to do with the hair show. And so I decided to, because normally I'll just be at home doing me, but I decided to piggyback and be with my husband. I was with him, like I say, church, out to dinner, and then the hair show, the hair prepping. And so that was a long day of just, and I'm glad I went because I was able to see him in his environment. I was able to be around all the women that, he's in this industry with. And I was a servant on yesterday, so yesterday was very different. And with that being said, I had to be confident in who I am because I was around some fabulous women yesterday, beautiful, fabulous women. But in the midst, they showed me much respect. And I got to see them in action with him. So women, you got to also trust your mate. You can't just always just take the defense, why he's around these women. And I was confident in who I was on yesterday as well. Women, you got to command that room when you walk in, especially if they got something that you feel that's better than what you have, meaning your looks, what you got on, vice versa.
You want me to jump? Can I jump in on?
Jump
Okay,
in.
so one thing I do want to say about me and this young lady right here, you all, we got married when we were 19 years old. Okay, and now we're year was 35
this year.
Okay. When I tell you all that it was several times, and baby, you jump in and you give me a yes or no. It was several times that we wanted to quit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say that one more time. So, and I want you to be very clear to the people that's on this listening to us. How bad did you really think that we weren't gonna make it in our marriage, Monica?
Say it was pretty. Sometimes I just really didn't think it was going to last. I think it was going to be a wrap several times. Yeah, I think about that on a every now and then because I'm like, okay, God, if I would have given up, we want to accomplish things that you have us here to accomplish. Even like I say, the radio station, the YouTube channel. I mean, a lady prophesied yesterday. We're gonna let that cat out the bag just yet. So I'm just thinking, because a lot of people they throw it away, and once, like I say, once it's gone, it's gone.
Couple of things that can help keep you all in your marriage. You have to have accountability in your marriage. Monica just said one of the things, you have to push each other when one is tired. You have to avoid competition, embrace partnership. And that's one thing that couples have to understand. When you're in a relationship, you have to embrace that you have a partner. And when you have a partner, you always have to think about them first, not yourself. And that's the problem why a lot of marriages are quitting. Is someone in the relationship that's thinking about their self first and not their mate first. Mm-hmm. You have to cover each other in their weaknesses. My wife knows every one of my weaknesses because she's known me too long. And I know her weaknesses as well. But I'm not going to point or push her or dive on her about her weaknesses. Yes, do the weaknesses sometimes cause distractions and it makes some situations happen in our marriage? Absolutely. Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to take it and use it against her or make it a situation to where her weaknesses or what she goes through is going to deter us from staying connected. So, us not quitting. I'm gonna give you some benefits of us not, and I want you to give you some of your benefits. I got to give some benefits of us not quitting our marriage. 35 years later, I can truly now say that I have someone in my life. No matter what goes on in this world, I know I have somebody who I can trust. If I'm down, this woman is going to be there. If I'm sick, this woman is going to take care of me. And y'all, this goes both ways. But not quitting, y'all, it has brought us empty nesters. We're together. We've released our children. And let's by us staying married, we didn't quit on our children.
Oh, we made that commitment early in our marriage.
Talk about that a little bit.
Because we both are from blended families. And so we didn't want them to have to endure what we endured. We're not going to say we had some good times and bad times growing up. But when you got so many sets of parents and grandparents, it is difficult. And so that's one thing we did say. So we I mean, like I say, kids don't know what their parents had to endure, meaning to stay together. I know some people might say, well, me and my spouse, we didn't stay together, but we got a good relationship. That's good. But I'm talking about the few that majority of them, you do not. You can't stand your ex spouse, but we did not want our children to have to endure. I'm gonna give you a quick example. I never forget when my actually biological father had to come pick me up because my grandfather had died. Grandfather had never met, but he wanted to take me to the funeral. And I remember feeling anxiety, overwhelmed, because I didn't want my stepdad to feel some kind of way because my biological dad was coming around. Then I struggled with, am I supposed to call my biological daddy in front of my stepdaddy? Vice versa. Am I supposed to say to my stepdad, in front of my biological father, daddy to my stepdad? So I went through all these emotions as a child. And I'm like, I don't want to let my children ever have to endure that feeling. And then I learned later on that my actual stepdad had a real problem with my biological dad coming to pick me up and coming to his house. So it's just a lot of things in that. So I'm going to say, women, if you can, don't quit. But how you don't quit is, first of all, you got to seek the Lord, both of you all.
Absolutely.
And then from there on, ask God to lead you and guide you in that direction. And I got one thing, quitting isn't always wrong, but quitting for the wrong
That's
reasons can
good.
cost you more than you think. Sometimes your growth season often feels like pressure before it actually produces fruit.
That's good.
So, your pressure, don't let your pressure overwhelm and you miss the actual fruit.
And that was good. That goes back to the pressure of marriage, girl, because it's pressure.
Pressure, relationships, even if you boyfriend or girlfriend and you looking forward to maybe making that person your spouse. So, this thing, and I'm going to even go deeper, your friends. Sometimes you got to let go of some of these friendships that are toxic. And if it's invading your peace, then you might need to quit their relationship, unfortunately, And I always tell Teddy, you're in different seasons. I have some friends that I had years ago that, we don't hang, we don't talk like we used to. I might have talked to them every single day, but now it's every blue moon or rarely at all. So it just depends on where you are. And then I got another one, if I can find it. We've been conditioned to associate ease with alignment. But sometimes God is in the stretching us beyond our comfort zone. You ever think about that?
Marriages are always stretched, baby. And I think that we're going through a stretching every day we wake up. It's a stretching. I truly feel that we're stretched to cope with each other and learn how to hold each other accountable without arguing all the time. So many people don't understand. It's so many ways you can go in this relationship. There's so many things you can do, but when you're trying to work together to not quit and to finish these things, you will see at the end of it, it will be a success, you all. And when I tell you the success that we are witnessing right now, y'all, and I can say this because we're married. I can say this thing has brought a love into our home that we did not quit like never before, because we look back over our years now and we say to each other, look how far God has brought us. And then we reflect. Then we sit back and we look at our children that we did not quit on. Y'all, we look back at them and now we can say that our kids are out there and they're being successful. They're doing things now. And we have great dialogue with our children being out of here. We love that our children are out in the world exploring. And like I said, we did not quit on our children. And what did I tell you? I said, no matter what, when we had our children, if we had to be roommates, did I not tell you that?
No, you told me that.
If we have to be roommates, and I say this to all parents that, I know it could be hard. It could definitely be hard to stay with someone and not be in love just for children. But y'all, I'm sorry. This is just me. And this is me on what I'm saying. When you have children, I feel like you lose you should put your life on second hand. Your children should be the upfront. They should be the ones that you're looking out for, because you have to bring them up in a way that's going to nourish them, that's going to produce good, rounded people, and not quitting on them. Parents not quitting on them, being there, staying with them, making sure that they see them throughout their growth, through their schools, through elementary, through junior high, through high school. Do you know not quitting on a child, what that does for their success as a child, baby? What? Give us some on that real quick.
Okay, so I feel that they saw the love that we had in this household, as husband and wife. And we also showed them, sometimes that we disagree, and then we come to the table and come with an agreement. So it wasn't all cake and ice cream. We let them know that it's okay sometimes for us to disagree, But by the end of the night, we need to make sure that disagreement has been settled. And so I think our kids are aware of that. And I think that's what they're experiencing in their life. So they make sure, by the end of the day, whoever their significant other is, it's not any animosity. Try to work that thing out. Because when your peace is disturbed, it's not good. So we've taught them that. And then I also wanted to say, what if the difficulty that you're going through isn't a stop sign, but a training ground? I think a lot of ours was training.
I like that.
And so now, because we didn't just stop, we went through that training and we're come out on top.
And we didn't. And the key word is that we went through that training and did not quit.
No, we did not quit. And then I'm gonna tell you something else that helps us. God never promised easy. And my thing is, do you think it was easy for God to send His only begotten Son
Absolutely.
to die on the cross
come on.
for our sins?
Come on.
Because I wouldn't send Theo or Trinity to die for anybody in their sins. So can you imagine Him sending His only begotten Son?
I'm gonna even break it down like this. That was good, but I even break it down like this. Think about when you get into your relationships and you're so in love when you first meet the person.
Yes.
When you and it, y'all, I'm looking at DeMarco and he finna laugh when I say this, but when you first meet the person that you call yourself that you fell in love with, think about all those emotions. Think about all those feelings you had. Think about how amazing it felt to love me for the first time and to fall in love with me. Then to fall in love with me and then find my flaws, find out what you don't like about me, find out the things that I do that irritate you. You find out the things that I can't accomplish. And then you look at me and you're like, okay, why did I do this? Why did I marry this person? Because I know all of us been there. I'm sorry. We've all been there.
Yeah. No one's perfect.
People can act like every married or relationship, I'm going to say relationship, y'all can act like you all did not want to quit. You can act like it. But I guarantee you had a position or a place in your relationship to where you want to say, I'm done. I don't want this no more. I'm over it. So in that, nobody gets excited when that part comes up. But when we get started, we thinking about the wedding, we thinking about everything. So we get so excited. We start thinking about the money to be spent for the wedding. We get all hyped up. We get, and then 2 years we in. You 2 years in, and then the reality sets in. I want a divorce, man. I'm messing with you.
Divorce is not an option in this household. You already know. We don't use the D.
I'm just using.
We don't use the D word.
I'm just telling you. It came out. It came out a couple of times. But I'm so glad. I'm so grateful that I started what we started, and God let me see. Don't leave her. Stay the course. Don't get in your feelings about this thing. Don't get so fearful about not understanding what she's going through as a woman, because that's one thing that we as men are from Venus and women are from Mars. It might be the opposite way around, but we're different. We think different, you all. It's no, and I'm an alpha male. I'm not one of those males that I don't get ran. I don't get ran. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm an alpha male. Okay, and I don't apologize, baby, for being an alpha male.
Hey, I don't have a problem with it.
Okay.
So once again, it's like I tell people, you can't be Monica and you can't be Teddy, and we have a different relationship. I'm here to serve my husband. Hey, I don't mind saying it. I do what I have to do to make sure he's well taken care of, and I'm just going to be honest. I don't think a lot of women can walk in these shoes because it requires a lot for this household. And so don't let anyone tell you how to navigate your spouse.
Your spouse or your household, girl. That's what's gonna keep you from not quitting. Come on, girl. Now we getting in there.
I have a mother that comes here. She gets mad because I fix my husband's plate, but that's what I do. I've always done it. I explained to Teddy. I grew up with a grandmama that was a servant, meaning she made sure her husband. She didn't work. She made sure her husband and kids were well taken care of, and that's who I was under her tutelage as a child. And so I was happy to get married to be able to serve my husband. And, you know, that's me. If you ask me, I'm that person to make sure my family is well taken care of, all the way down to my new grand pup Blue. I make sure this household is not in want for anything. Now, some women, you might not like to cook and clean. That's on you. If you and your spouse have that understanding, then you all do you. But in this household, it's ran a different way, and so all I'm saying is, you know, make sure, you know, I'm a go back a little bit. So when we was first married, my husband liked to go to the club. We had an understanding. I was like, I don't have no problem with you going, because I trust you.
I was 19, I was 20.
I trust you. I would easily go to bed. I didn't go through his cell phone. I didn't do any of that, because my thing is, whatever they do in the dark, if they do something, it's going to come to the light. So why should I lose my sleep and lose my peace over anything? So I could tell him, if somebody see you in the club and they come tell me, I'll be like, oh yeah, I knew. Because we had that understanding. So I'm saying all that to say, whatever you two agree with, let it be between you and your spouse.
Yes.
That's what I tell my mom when she come here. You can't run this household. This is our household. We have an agreement. We've been doing this for a minute, and just because you don't serve your husband, don't come here try to rock the boat in mine. So I'm just saying, do what you and your spouse like to do without any interference from the outside, from friends, family. Don't let your job, nothing come between what God has put together.
And the benefits, you all, of finishing it. We're going to be together to death do us part, y'all. Amen. We're going to finish this thing.
Yes.
And we're going to finish it well. And when I say the fruits of finishing something and not quitting on it, you all, it is something that would change your life. It would change the direction of the way you live. It would change your money. It would change your attitude. I mean, I even feel like our attitude is better after 35 years, because now because we didn't quit on each other, when we come to a disagreement, isn't it easier now?
I think it's a little easier. It just depends on, you know, I still got my little temper sometimes, but yeah, it's a little easier.
It's easy because I trust me, darling. I know when you do bring your attitude, I know how to dilute it. Yes, yeah. I know how to, but sometimes I just want to make you escalate and go there because you let yourself go there, and that's not good. I'm not saying that to be good, but like I say, I've been through so much to see your patterns, to know what you do. So sometimes I will egg it on, and I do that on purpose sometimes. So I do apologize. I do apologize, but I'm not quitting on you.
You can't, because hey, first of all, God ain't gonna let you, then I'm not gonna let you.
Wow.
So one more thing, struggle creates strength. If you're struggling, it often means you're getting stronger and growing and not failing. So I feel like we've done a lot of growing.
Wow.
Over the years.
But do you feel like our growing was from struggling?
Yeah, because we had a lot of struggles. We had financial struggles.
Financial struggles, y'all. Wait.
Struggles.
What? Say the last one.
Bedroom struggles.
Bedroom struggles.
Yeah.
Y'all, we're not scared to talk about these things.
Parenting struggles, because he said I spoil the kids and he wants to do something different. So yeah, struggles make you stronger.
Struggles make you stronger. That was it right there.
Struggles make you stronger.
That was it right there, Monica. Struggles make you stronger. And y'all, we can say that. Oh, that felt good to be able to say that the struggles that God has placed in our lives and the things that we've seen has made you better.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna throw this out there for the people that are married. We just said bedroom struggles. When I tell you all that we've had fights about that in our younger days that escalated to the point to where we could have cut each other. But now, because we didn't quit and we stayed the course, I'm going to go here. It is the best thing since sliced bread right now, you all. We are witnessing something like never before. And I appreciate you not quitting, because you could have quit on me and because of my attitude towards some of these situations. But now it's like we dating all over again, y'all.
Yeah. This is I mean,
it literally feels like when I first met you, Monica.
Yep.
And I never in my life thought I would feel like I felt like when I first met you.
I tell people it gets gooder and gooder. You know, our kids, like I say, they're grown, and it's just different because it's just you and me, and it's
not quitting. Come on, girl.
Yeah, it's just us. We have to figure out what we gonna eat together today. If we gonna eat, if we gonna cook, or we gonna go out to eat.
Yeah.
You know, it's you and me. You know, we spend all of our time together outside of work.
Oh my goodness, y'all. This has, for us not quitting on each other, you all, God has given us something now that we can sit back and say, this is what all the, what's that word? Struggle was for.
Yep.
This is what the struggle was for. Because I'm so happy right now in my life, you all. And I say that with so much passion. I say that with conviction right now because I wanted to say, girl, I'm done. But we made it.
Yep, we made it. We made it. And we had to make it because God wanted us to do a radio show, a podcast.
Never would have thought this.
All the other things that he has in store for us. So he had a purpose all along. We didn't see it, but we know we had to stay the course. You know, and I'm going to tell people, get into a good church with a good pastor, and a pastor that truly loves his wife, not one that's showboating and playing, but one that gives his wife accolades like ours, Pastor Darren Freeman and Lady Adrian Freeman. They don't mind displaying their love in front of us. So as they say, from the head, it trickles down. And so we love Tabernacle Baptist Church, but you got to get under some good tutelage. You got to get in with other married couples. We got a lot of seasoned couples at our church, and you know, we break bread with them. We conversate. We do things because it takes even a village in this to hold this together. It ain't just us doing it. You got God, and then the people that you're around that can speak life into your marriage on a daily basis. You know, if you got a problem, go to one of the elder, the women of your church, for them to lead and guide you and tell you what to do about your husband. You know, because they've been there. That's why I tell people now, we try to educate so that you won't make the same foolish mistakes that we made. Uncalled for, because you can't get back time. So we rather save you some time, heartache, and money just to follow the instructions. Let your husband lead you and guide you, especially if you got a godly husband. Let him lead you and guide you in the direction that you should go. And like I say, prayer with your spouse each and every day. Yes, some days I might have an attitude, but God pricks my spirit quickly to remind me of who's in charge, and to lose that attitude, because we gotta have that the fruits of the spirit. You can't get away with that. So the ball's in your court, Chisholm.
So yeah, I got this statement right here that I want to put out there, and check this one out. Everybody celebrates when you start, but nobody claps when you're in the middle. And that's where most people quit, is in the middle. But if you can survive the middle, you'll experience a finish most people would never see. That right there, when I saw that quote right there, you all, I was like, that thing is beautiful. In the middle is where the struggle is, in the middle. If you can survive the middle and make it to the end.
Finish that race.
Wow. Just imagine, that's good, a runner. Just imagine a runner who at the starting line, he's in position to start. The gun goes off. The guy takes off. He stops running in the middle of the race. He automatically loses. Even though the people that don't stop and get to the end, even if they're last, I guarantee you they feel some type of confidence because they finished the race.
Yes.
Quitting, you all, never brings on success or brings fruit into your life unless it's something that was meant to be quit on. Something that is contaminating you, something that is bringing stress in your life, something that you quit on abuse. Now, if you're being abused, you quit on abuse.
Amen.
I don't want
you. Peas right there.
No one takes abuse.
To yourself.
Okay, but struggle is not abuse.
Oh, gotta get through it.
Struggles normally happen between people. You can struggle by yourself sometimes, but normally when you're struggling because of something or someone else. Am I correct?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
So please, y'all, all we pray tonight is that you get the thing that we're saying.
Yeah.
When I'm gonna give this quick testimony, and Monica, you can, if you got something to say. You all, when I was 20 years old, and you all know this, went to a hair show. Went to that hair show and walked into that room at the Bronner Brothers hair show. I was with my brother. We walked in. As soon as I stepped in the room, I heard God for the first time in my life. I was about 20, 21. First time I heard God speak to me. God said to me, quit everything that you're doing. Look, I used the word quit. Use everything, quit everything you're doing, and go back home and enroll in hair school. I'm in college. I'm married. I have a job at UPS. And God just told me to quit something. Now, if God tells you to quit, you better be quit.
Yeah, make sure it's God, though.
But make sure, I like that, make sure it's God. Mm-hmm. After I quit, I came home and said, Monica, God said, quit it all. What was your thoughts when I said that to you?
I don't know. I'm that woman that say, if God, who am I to question God? He told you to do that. Guess what? I'm going to back you up. And what did we do? We let you quit your job. You went to school. I worked. I mean, some people don't agree with a woman working, but look at us now.
2 jobs.
Look at us now.
So when I quit everything that God told me to quit, I went to hair school. I went to John Nave Cosmetology School. Met a lot of great people there. But when I enrolled in hair school, do you remember what I said to you? I said, I don't have another option. If I'm going to quit what God told me to quit, which was college, my job, when he told me to quit that, it was no way when he told me what to do next that I was going to take that and not complete it and finish it.
Right.
I told you, I said, this is it. I don't have nothing else. I don't have another plan.
Plan A, B, and C.
I didn't have it. I said, when he told me to do this, I said, God, I'm going to listen and I'm going to complete this. I'm going to complete school first. Then my mother had the beauty salon already open. I was able to go straight into business up under my mother. Then I took upon it and took the business from my mother. Now it's mine. Still not quitting. Keyword, not quitting. And then I'm 35 going on 36 years later. Me and my engineer just left an amazing Amore Colore hair show that we put on. So y'all, I went from being in school to now we're putting on major hair shows around the city, traveled the world, not the world, but United States.
Yeah.
I've been in the United States. I haven't been I'm going all over the world.
I'll speak that into existence.
With hair, okay? But not quitting, saying to myself, I don't have another option. I'm not going to start this thing and not complete it. I'm not going to get off into this hair game and then 2 or 3 weeks later say, it's not working for me. I'm not making enough money. And my faith not strong. And I see y'all, I've had so many stylists to come in my salon and they come in there with a mentality of, we're going to make it. We're going to make big, big money. We're going to get paid. 2 or 3 weeks later, when they see that it's a waiting game. It's a struggle. You have to go through waiting. You got to go through situations to where you have to come to the salon and sit your butt there and not have a client. It was days, I would be in that salon with no clients, but I sat there because I trusted God and I was not going to quit. 35 years later, still in the game. Salon is doing amazing. God is still blessing. We are able to survive this economy that's going on. Beverly's of Nashville is still standing strong with this economy going on, and it's all because I did not quit. I'm leaving you all with my testimony. I'm gonna let Monica give hers real quick, but do not quit, you all, when you start. I'm begging you all, do not, especially if God says it to you. If God tells you to do something, see it to the end. And God did tell me to marry you. I'm going to tell you why. God said to me, and I don't know if I ever told you this, when you cried when you had to go home because your mother said, you're not going to stay in Nashville and not be married. God spoke to me then and said, you're either going to marry her or you're going to send her back home to your mother. I was so scared to lose you. I said, I'm going to do what God said. I'm going to marry you because I do not want you to leave then. Young in love, that's what you do in the beginning of everything. When you start something, you're always excited. You know what's going on. Never did think it, but God told me to do it. And when he said do it, I wanted to leave, but he did not let me leave. And look at what God is doing, and I'm grateful.
He had a plan.
Yes, ma'am. So do you have anything you want to say to people before we get out of here?
The last thing I want to say is before you quit, ask yourself, am I being led by wisdom or by discomfort? So
good.
Tonight, you all, before you quit, think about, am I being led by wisdom or discomfort? And once again, let the Lord lead you and guide you in your decision. And remember, there's no quitting at all.
No quitting on nothing, you all now. Please, please, please hear us. No quitting. We love you all. You all have been listening to WFTB 104.1 Tab Nashville Gospel Radio, also being recorded. Sacrificial Conversations on YouTube, y'all. We appreciate you all. We love you all. We have some exciting people coming through next week. We're not going to let the kid out the bag, but we got some brothers that's been in the music industry for a long time. I met these young brothers a long time ago. And y'all come back and join us. We love you all, and you all be blessed.
Yes, be blessed.